The sort of change you're going to see isn't about taking anything away from you, isn't about changing any of that stuff that you love. It's much more about giving you more options, giving you more choices you can make, more character types you can play, more magic spells you can cast. Basically, we're very happy with the game the way it is today. We just want to build on that.
They're happy with the quality, so One D&D is about increasing the quantity of D&D in our lives. But more D&D is not necessarily better D&D, and that's what we actually want. So we're going to break down some data from the D&D community, and this community in particular, that I think explains how the One D&D designers arrived at more over better, favoring online games over in-person games. Because I'm Bob, this is where we learn how to have more fun playing D&D together, and the one thing that I don't mind having more of in D&D is really cool dice. And apparently, you agree, because so many folks have supported our awesome dice-making sponsor, Only Crits, that you now get 18% off their metal dice, stone dice, sharp edge resin dice, and dice cases and trays when you use code BOB. Plus, you get a free 5e adventure with every order. Link below. And I might just be planning something fun with Only Crits later this year. But anyway, to properly discuss the changes happening with One D&D, we have to look back at the early days of D&D. Wait, not that early, just the early days of D&D 5e, and we can do that thanks to Sly Flourish. In late 2016, he ran a D&D survey that got about 7,000 responses to questions about session frequency and duration, prep time and activities, and most importantly for us, primary gameplay location. About 78% of people played D&D in person. At home, another private location, a local game shop, or another public location. And only about 19% played online, while the rest used a mix of locations. And in case you haven't seen my other videos about this, 2016 was when D&D 5e started exploding, thanks to Stranger Things Season 1, Critical Role's first campaign, and Matt Colville's YouTube videos, which helped give me the confidence to DM my first game of D&D that year. Our game got more popular than ever, and check this out. Sly Flourish ran a similar poll in late 2019 on Twitter, and out of about 3,000 responses, 70% still played mostly in person, 20% played mostly online, and 10% played both equally. Then, like 3 months after that poll, the pandemic happened, and everyone stopped playing D&D. Nah, Dungeons & Dragons had its biggest year ever, quote, as COVID forced the game off tables and onto the web. Now, I do think Stranger Things Season 3 had more of an impact than this article suggests, see my video about it, but it cannot be denied that during the pandemic, D&D continued its explosive growth, and many more games started popping up online. Sly Flourish repeated his poll again in early 2022, and out of about 1,000 people, 26% played mostly in person, 63% played mostly online, and 11% played both about equally, pretty much reversing the statistics from 2019. And my friends, Wizards of the Coast noticed this change. They know that for many people, online games are more convenient, and for some people, online is the only way they can play D&D. And reaching those new online players is the perfectly understandable goal of One D&D's designers, both for their business growth and for their satisfaction as designers to have lots of people playing their game. So they're heavily investing in developing this new online D&D play experience, which looks really cool and will certainly be enjoyed by millions of people, but that statistic is already rebounding. Last week, 25,000 of you answered my poll about this, and 54% of people said they have been playing mostly in person, while 46% have been playing mostly online. That still means online D&D is now a major facet of the community, but the big problem is online D&D is not necessarily what DMs and players actually want. Out of 28,000 D&D lovers polled just 2 weeks ago, about 87% said they prefer to play in person, while only 13% prefer to play online. Clearly, One D&D's goal is to make an awesome online D&D experience that everyone will prefer, but it's just not what the majority prefers right now. So they're not making this new platform based on what we want, they're making it based on what they want us to want and what some people need. That part makes it tough to critique their emphasis on the VTT because I also want more people to play D&D, but I want them to love D&D. And with this dilemma in mind, I, for some reason, asked Twitter for a conclusion about these disparate poll results, and fellow D&D YouTuber Zipper on Disney said it means we need to find ways to encourage more people to DM in person. That's a super positive takeaway, and WotC might actually be doing that.
We're revising the major core rulebooks that every player uses, the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual.
One of my focuses, specifically, is the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm going to make some structural changes to make it more friendly to new DMs.
Does more friendly to new DMs mean all DMs, online and in person? It's hard to say, and it's hard for me to demand that they both attract more players and create a better game, because I know they have a budget, they have limited resources, but I guess more than anything, what I want is just some reassurance that they're putting as much effort into quality as they are into quantity. If you agree, give this video a like and please share your positive takeaways in the comments, then check out this other One D&D video. Thanks for your support and keep building.